the Sportsplex at Matthews. It's round 2 of the Tar Heel tug of war between Charlotte Independence and North Carolina FC. And tonight's game is presented by Chick-fil-A and all the Charlotte area franchise owner-operators. Chick-fil-A is the official chicken QSR of the Charlotte Independence. And alongside former MLS pro Wolde Harris, I'm Spencer Siegel, as we take a look at what happened the first time these two teams met. And Wolde, it was a beauty of a goal that's nominated for Goal of the Month by Ray Ortiz.
Yeah, just a sublime touch out of the air, cross volley. Oh my goodness, that stuff of dreams. Ortiz, great touch in the air, and then a side volley. Keeper can't see it. That thing is flying.
So that was what put Charlotte ahead in the standings to give them a little bit of cushion. You see here in Group G, North Carolina, though, with 2 games in hand, 5 points back entering play tonight. They can pull within 2. Charlotte, they can extend their lead to 8 points with a win. As we take a look at our players to watch tonight, presented by Toshiba. Check out this goal from Wednesday's meeting at Memphis. Luke Hawkinson.
Yeah, Hawkinson just gets the ball, sees his defender, 1 or 2 step overs, and then finds that far corner. Wrong foots his defender here and just puts his foot through it, curling it, tucking it into the corner. Hawkinson, the man to watch tonight.
He's got 3 goals on the year, all 3 against Memphis. Meanwhile, as you see Hawkinson, who just can't stop scoring against Memphis, this is a North Carolina team that really needs to find ways to get goals. They got 2 of them against Birmingham on Wednesday, 1 thanks to Dre Fortune, this from Nazmi Al-Badawi. And they're maybe finding their stride.
Yeah, but they're going to need a total team performance tonight. You have the weapons. Now it's all about being patient on the ball, creating those chances and picking your spot, putting it away, just like Fortune did here on the PK.
So these 2 teams will get going tonight in a battle in Group G, and we'll have it right here for you on ESPN+. Don't go anywhere. Kickoff and starting lineups on the other side.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I love Chick-fil-A nuggets because the flavor is unparalleled. As soon as you bite into them, you're in a happy place. The seasoning is perfect.
Hey, I'm Giovanni, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is that they're perfectly breaded. There's just that right amount of crisp. I don't know what they're doing in the kitchen, but it's pure magic.
Time to take a look at our starting lineups tonight, presented by Adidas. For Charlotte, it's pretty similar to what you're used to seeing at this point, Wolde. 4-1-4-1, Eto holding midfield, Dane Kelly up top, making his 201st career appearance.
Yeah, the man, the myth, the magic, the legend, Dane Kelly looking to get on the scoreboard tonight. Miller in goal. There has been a stonewall against North Carolina. The back four is the same. Look out for Hawkinson and Ortiz on the outsides, creating havoc, and Arman and Martinez coming through the middle. That
Dimmick comes in for Mond. That's the only change for Charlotte. For North Carolina, 4-3-3. What jumps out to you?
Well, the top guys, Spees, Christos, and Barry. Let's see what they can do against a good defense. The midfield is solid. Hopefully they can transition well, but on the other side, create some chances for those guys up front.
Yeah, 2 changes for North Carolina, and with that said, it is time for kickoff. North Carolina in the white. Charlotte will be in the blue at the Sportsplex at Matthews. Second place in Group G. North Carolina trying to close the gap, 5 points back.
Yeah, they have extra motivation to come out and really push the tempo tonight, North Carolina.
Armin and Duke Lacroix, who's been the guy at left back all season long. This a series that has been dominated by North Carolina until last Wednesday, when Charlotte got their first win in this series.
It'll be interesting to see if they can build on it, as neither of these teams have been able to put together 2 consecutive wins over the last 5 games.
Brandon Miller in goal. Mike Jeffries, the coach of Charlotte Independence, has talked up Miller, and with good reason. He's been the reason that they stay in as many games as they do. He leads the league in saves.
Has a wealth of experience behind him, and it looks like he's doing a Benjamin Button thing, going younger. As he gets older, he's getting much more agile and faster in the net.
Out wide, DJ Taylor. Cuts it back to the middle. Now Spees. His cross is deflected out for a Chick-fil-A corner kick. Joel Johnson back in the lineup. Missed 1 game and then came in against Memphis and played over during the week. Now a chance for some service for North Carolina, which was hard to come by in this matchup the last time out. Cleared away by Dimmick. 1-0 win on the Ortiz goal. Enzo Martinez on the ball for the first time. Lacroix wiggles out of trouble. Here's Eto. Martinez's pass kept in by Armin. The story of the first meeting was North Carolina's 60% possession, and they did outshoot Charlotte in the game, but it was the quality of shots that counted. North Carolina didn't have many of them. They did have 1 chance right at the end of the game. It was the last kick of the game. Tonight's injury report is brought to you by Novant Health. Across the country, healthcare heroes are working every day on the front lines of the fight against COVID-19. Please join everyone at the Charlotte Independence to applaud those healthcare heroes and our long-term partners at Novant Health. Alex Tambakis out to claim that one. One of 2 North Carolina players to play every minute this season from Greece. Wolde, when you look at these 2 teams, there's a real need to break down the other side.
Yeah, both teams are very organized, and they transition well to the defensive side of things. Now they have to look for those spaces, those half spaces, see if they can use those half spaces in front of the defense, between the outside back and the center back and behind the defensive midfielders, and create some problems for the back four.
The game was played mostly in the midfield last time out.
Yeah, that's why the outside game is going to be very important tonight, especially for the outside backs. Can they create overloads on the outside, create 2v1s and 3v2s, and get service into Kelly, get service into Cristo?
Aji Berry looking for help. Taylor looks to get his cross in, and it sails over the goal and out for a goal kick.
Well, then for North Carolina, they've got to get forward quickly. They've got to transition to attack and try to get Charlotte on the back foot. So you see what they're trying to achieve there, just getting those outside backs high and wide, and getting service into the box. That's going to need to happen more quickly as the game progresses.
And look at Dave Sarakin, the manager for NCFC. Sarakin in his second full season as head coach. Keys to the game brought to you by Harris Teeter Fuel Points. Armin. Hawkinson. Spears it inside. Spies plays it back, a loose touch and a turnover. It falls for Armin in the box, trying to cross it into Kelly, and it was just out of his reach.
Yeah, just barely out of the reach of Dane Kelly there. You're kind of expecting him to lay out for that one, but may have even caught him by surprise as Armin got down the line and put that ball in. Let's take a look at the replay here. That ball being played through by Martinez. Armin gets his head up, trying to find Kelly on that back post. Just a little bit too far in front.
Like Jeffries said, it's not just our legs that are starting to get tired based on the number of games that they've played. They've really had a rigorous stretch. Talking about the mental side of it, and speaking of the mental side, it is time for both teams to move to the center circle, with Charlotte and North Carolina coming together to recognize the fight for equality, diversity, and inclusivity by using the next minute and 46 seconds, 7 minutes to 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Very powerful and symbolic numbers, not to play soccer, but rather to honor the ongoing movement around social injustice and the need for positive change in our sport and our society. This comes not too long after the unveiling of the Black Players Alliance, an organization recognized by the USL and the USL Players Association with a mission to educate and empower its members to use their platforms to bring positive change to their communities. Black Players Alliance came out with a statement that said they'll continue to shine a light on the important issues affecting not only our players within the league, but also the communities we support, and we are dedicated to leading the charge for impactful change. Back to action. Another turnover that seems to be the theme lately. Johnson to the middle, Kelly, number 83. How quickly Dane Kelly can strike, and Charlotte lead it 1-0.
Capitalizing on that error. You see the celebrations here. Timbaka screaming at his back four. Just a totally unforced error here as this ball gets played in. Not ready for it is Dre Fortune. Picked off here. Johnson goes down the line, looks across and finds a man that always puts the ball in the back of the net. Dane Kelly, again, 83.
Most goals in USL Championship history. In his 201st appearance, which is now third all-time amongst USL players. He moves into third all by himself at 2:01, and he gets a goal to boot right out of the restart. It's almost like North Carolina at certain times in their own defensive third have switched off.
Yeah, right before the stoppage, you mentioned how the mental side of the game, Coach Jeffries talking about the mental side of the game, and you saw who was really ready for it there for the opportunity was Charlotte. They got on the ball right away. They didn't make any errors, and they pressed it, got the turnover that they wanted, and had people in the right places. Dane Kelly in the middle of the goal on mark is just totally unforgivable.
Johnson again. A lot of blue jerseys flooding the box, and it falls through, and then it's cleared lazily right back to Johnson and a second chance. Ortiz to the byline, and he wins the corner kick. Charlotte are humming in the first 10 minutes. Chick-fil-A corner.
And Coach Jeffries talked about being patient in possession and taking care of the ball. Not really pressing the game and not really pressing the back four, but just letting the game come to them. But it looks like they're going after it, Spence.
For a team in North Carolina that struggled to score this year, 6 goals in 8 games. Their 6 goals, the lowest total of the 35 USL Championship teams. In swinger, had it clear just out of Roberts' reach. Only out for a throw, though. It's a situation, if you're North Carolina, where 1 point is, it might not be desirable, but it's acceptable. 3 points going in the opposite direction, a Charlotte win that puts them 8 points clear of North Carolina is certainly not acceptable.
Yeah, if North Carolina has hope of making the playoff, they have to win this game. This is a big game for them. Although they have a couple games in hand, this is a huge game because obviously these guys are right in front.
Well, they have 2 games in hand and 2 games left against Charlotte at home. But you said it, you go down 8 points, that's a long road back.
Yeah, and definitely from a psychological standpoint, Charlotte definitely has the upper hand. That's presuming they win this game.
Dimmick looking to feed Johnson, who almost won the corner, but instead will concede the goal kick.
Yeah, this is typical Joel Johnson getting down the line, making himself a menace, taking people on 1v1, getting those crosses into the box. He's having a great game so far.
Dave Sarakin searching for the keys to unlocking this Charlotte defense, which has been pretty stout as of late. You take out the 4-1 loss against Birmingham, who are the cream of the crop in this group for sure. But you know what? Birmingham's lost to North Carolina on Wednesday, Will Day. Charlotte's looking up. They're only 5 points back of first place.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Coach Jeffries is eyeing that first spot, but obviously he has to take care of business tonight.
This is the 3rd of 3 straight on the road for North Carolina. 2 against Charlotte, and the win sandwiched between in Birmingham. And they go home and they play 3 straight at WakeMed Soccer Park, including 2 games against last place Memphis over 4 days. The opportunities are certainly there with those 2 games in hand.
Yeah, they hold their destiny in their hands. It's really all about application now.
Ortiz could not hold the line.
See if they really want it. But as you mentioned, Spence, definitely a great opportunity to take a couple steps forward. But they're going to need to up their energy in order to break this Charlotte team down.
Sam Brotherton, the New Zealand native. Now Taylor, product of Raleigh. Wide it goes to Ben Spies. Chips it in, headed away by Roberts.
Yeah, good positioning there by Roberts just to cut that one out. Read the play really well.
Taylor, there's the throw. DJ Taylor mentioned missed an opportunity at the very end of the game a week and a half ago on this pitch. He was on the doorstep. It was a beautiful ball in. He just missed his chance. He's a player that Dave Sarachan is looking at to be better tonight.
He's going to have to be good on both sides of the ball because he has Johnson running at him on this left-hand side. Not to mention Ortiz.
Kelly filters it to Ortiz. Johnson again. Leaves it for Eto. No rush for the team in the lead.
Yeah, that's something that Coach...
Here's Kelly. He's got Ortiz in the middle. Dane Kelly tries to cut it back. Ortiz went down in the box. J.J. Belinsky had a look. He says there wasn't enough in it for a penalty.
Yeah, North Carolina needs to go quick here.
And they do. Nice turn. And that may produce our first yellow card of the night. Enzo Martinez, always the first over to have a word with the ref. Captain of this club.
Yeah, just to finish that thought, Spence, that's something that Coach Jeffries talked about, just being patient in possession and see if they could just pick those times and those opportunities to go forward a little bit better and not give the ball away. And as far as North Carolina is concerned, when the ball turns over, they need to move quick. They need to move quick and utilize those spaces up front. And got to try to catch Charlotte in transition.
It is a yellow for Duke Lacroix. You see him tugging on Barry's jersey. These two teams are two of the least likely contributors to the referee's book this season. That's just the 13th yellow card all season for Charlotte. 12 was previously tied for the fewest in the USL. North Carolina at 13 as well. These teams just don't commit a lot of fouls.
Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
Well, that's your job to answer that question.
I'm asking you because on one hand you could say that they're not as physical as they need to be, but on the other hand is that they're playing good football and they're in good positions to anticipate and cut passes out to transition forward. So, you know, it just depends right there. Duke Lacroix got his hands in the cookie jar and the ref saw it, holding onto the jersey. But in terms of what North Carolina was doing, was it the right decision? In turn, you know, they're transitioning well. They're out of position. Maybe the right time to foul. Unfortunate yellow card.
Perfect pass from Lacroix, left off for Kelly. Dane Kelly looking for 2, and he's got it. He just doesn't know how to not score goals. He's got 2 in the first 20 minutes. He's got 84 in his illustrious USL career, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, Kelly just finding those spaces. That combination play, his chemistry with Enzo Martinez just keeps rolling and rolling on. So we take a look at the replay here. The ball gets played in. Nice little touch around the corner there from Hackinson. And Dane Kelly does the rest. Looked like it got a little bit of a deflection over the keeper, but he made his own luck here, getting the right place, right time. Thought he was going to pull the trigger here, but switched to his left foot. Just trickled in off that right upright.
And just enough English on that ball to bring it back to the inside post. 7 goals now this season for Kelly means with a shortened season, he scores a couple more goals. He's firmly in the Golden Boot decision, or rather in the race.
Dane Kelly's around. He's always in the race, my friend.
He's on a hat trick and he's hunting. He's looking for his 3rd.
On a hat trick within 21 minutes.
Something to keep your eye on the rest of the way. Native of Old Harbor Bay, Jamaica.
You got to say that with a Jamaican accent, Spence.
No, that's your job.
Olaba.
Old Harbor. Barry's got the ball inside the box, and it squeaks past Miller.
And that's the best look so far from North Carolina. They're going to need this man to get on the ball more often. Ask questions of Duke Lacroix. So we take a look at the replay here. That ball gets played in right over the head right there, and he just turns, pivots, try to catch that one to the near post, but just a little bit wide. Miller had it covered.
Dimmick, Hawkinson, Kelly, Ortiz. Ray Ortiz looking for Kelly. Almost made the pirouette work. There is a sense of confidence about Charlotte tonight.
They're very mindful of what they're doing. You could see each player picking his pass, getting his head up early. But then again, North Carolina is not really pressing and forcing them into poor decisions. And as you can see, there's a lot of space between the lines for North Carolina, kind of a disjointed press here. They're going to have to get more compact if they're going to be effective in the final third.
Strong from Barry.
That's better. Acres of space in the middle of the pitch here, but they need some movement in advance of the ball.
Donovan eating up that space. Christo, haven't called his name at all yet tonight.
I believe that's his first touch of the match.
Charlotte settling into their defensive shape. Spies tries to turn. To the middle it goes. Smith deflected out wide for Comcia. Graham Smith.
Tough ball in there for Graham Smith. But they retain possession. This is better from North Carolina in terms of possession.
Al-Badawi for Comcia, who can't keep it in. This is also part of what Mike Jeffries told us he was going to do. They're really tired. He didn't come right out and say it, although he almost did. Their legs have undergone an extreme amount of pressure over the last 2 weeks. And he said, there's no reason for us to press high because we're not built for it. We're not fit for it right now. We'd rather focus on our defensive shape. And now they've got the ball once again, and here they come.
Yeah, with the position that they're in, you mentioned the amount of games, 5 games in less than 2 weeks. Definitely, you're going to have some fatigue there. But getting the two-goal cushion was so key for this Charlotte team to now just get into the game and play the way they want to play. Comfortable, relaxed, picking their opportunities, and then trying to spring their most dangerous players. The threat is to get is really not to get too comfortable, especially when you're out of possession, like they just did in the last spell that North Carolina had. They dropped back just way too deep, a little bit too deep for my liking, and allowed North Carolina to come onto them. They have to be very careful of that because North Carolina can be explosive.
See what they can drum up here. Fortune. Smith from the point guard position. Here's Taylor looking to service something into the box. To his left foot. That's a good ball over the top. And it's just out of the reach of Fortune. Barry recovers it. Lacroix clears it.
Yeah, great ball into the box. Just couldn't get it there, Barry.
Smith again. Easy for Johnson. A chance for a counter. Johnson burning down the right flank. Stepping over, Joel Johnson. A tame shot, but a quality effort.
And that's where they have to be careful, especially in wide positions, because Johnson is not going to hesitate to get down that flank. If DJ Taylor gets caught up, he's going to have the entire right flank to himself. North Carolina's going to have to recover quicker.
Johnson has played well this year. He started all but one game. Just that Birmingham game was questionable and then came right back into the lineup against Memphis.
A lot of room for Donovan here.
Smith saw Taylor late, a little too late. This is Taylor's cross that nearly fell for Fortune, Wolde.
Yeah, Fortune in the right place here. My mistake, thought that was Badgie, but Fortune in the right place, just overcooked that cross a little bit too far ahead of him, just couldn't get to it, but the right idea. Smith playing, changing the point of attack. Taylor getting into the attack, just couldn't find his man at the end of the play there.
North Carolina serviced a healthy dose of crosses, and Taylor was at the helm when it came to that strategic game plan. He put 6 crosses into the box the last time these two teams met. Only one of them, though, was deemed accurate. Kelly. Miller looking for Ortiz. Taylor in there to break it up. Enzo Martinez is always shifty. Eto manages to keep it. Johnson, Kelly was in an offside position, didn't matter, didn't get to the ball. Charlotte wins it back.
Johnson's just all over the place today. He's out down the wing, he's at the right back position, now he's in the midfield. Seems like he's been given a free rein tonight to just move and make decisions based on how the team is shaped and where the personnel are on the pitch.
Born to a Liberian father and a Spanish mother. He's actually a Liberian citizen, Johnson. He was born in Spain. 8 appearances for the Liberian national team. Over the top looking for Kelly. And make sure to get your phones out for the hydration break. Coming up, we'll have our crossing into the box crossword segment ready for you. 3 clues, 3 answers. And it is indeed hydration time. 2 goals from Dane Kelly. Gives him 84 for his USL Championship career. 99 for his domestic league career. And now, let's take a look at those 3 clues for crossing into the box. Dane Kelly was an answer a couple of weeks ago. All right. The Charlotte defender, one down, that made 1 appearance for La Liga, or for Valencia in La Liga. All right, in order to get that one, that's a tough one. The number of touches Ray Ortiz took without the ball hitting the ground to score versus North Carolina, that's pretty easy. Dave Sarakin's predecessor as U.S. men's national team head coach, ... stadium. Okay. Tweet your answer to us using the hashtag USLCross. I'll have the answer for you a little later tonight. Well, Dane Kelly is a man of many talents, but mostly just a man who scores.
Oh, yeah, he's just a true and true goal scorer. He knows when to make the run, how to make the run, how to position his body in order to get out the shot that he wants. And he could finish with both feet and the head. So, for me, he's a quintessential striker.
So, you go back to Dane Kelly's career as we'll get to take another look at the both goals. First, coming right out of the restart from the protest inside the center circle, and right out, that was the throw-in on the restart. It was Johnson to Kelly.
Yeah, Johnson picking the pocket there, and you could see where Dane Kelly went. He beelined right for the middle of that 6-yard box, and Johnson delivered. Dane Kelly again, now hooking up with Hackinson. Faked the right shot, brought it to the left, and tucked it away, that far right-hand corner.
So here's my question, Wolde. Here's a guy who is one of the best USL Championship players of all time, if not the best, right? The high, goal scorer.
Arguably.
Right? You could argue. It's a pretty easy argument. 2017 League MVP, Golden Boot winner with Reno. He's played 4 minutes in the MLS. Why is that?
Well, it could be a plethora of reasons. Who knows? You know, from the team's requirements, and depending on the staffing, how many strikers are there, and the qualities that he presents to the team that he went to. There could be a plethora of reasons, but for sure he knows how to score goals. So I can't really answer that question because I don't have all the information, but he definitely can play in the MLS.
29 years old. He does have 4 caps for the Jamaican national team. He won a USL Cup with Charleston. Those 4 minutes came with DC United in 2018.
Yeah, as I said, it could be for a plethora of reasons. The composition of the team being one of them. But he's a guy that knows how to score goals. But then again, you need to get forward service. Good strikers need service. And that's something that the teams here at the USL level has been able to do for him most of the time.
Certainly tonight, no doubt. North Carolina, who have only averaged 3/4 of a goal per game to this point. Now, they don't give up that many as well. They've only allowed about 1.25 goals per game, but the average is 2 goals a game for North Carolina in their games in total, and tonight the 2 have been met. Charlotte have both of them, and now they've got a free kick in a dangerous position.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised with the implications of this game, how North Carolina is not playing with playing up tempo. I'm not sure if that game on Wednesday still have some lingering legs from that game, but with what's going on, I'm surprised that they're not really bossing and pushing the tempo of this game. Then again, temperature might be a factor as well. As we're going to take a look at this coming together of sorts. As Ortiz try to get past Smith here, just get stepped on. I don't think there's anything malicious in the tackle, but a foul all the same.
Ortiz has been the go-to guy when it comes to these set pieces. Arman with his left foot, Ortiz with his right. Roberts at the top trying to get him involved. And it falls right into the midriff of Tambakis.
It was catching practice for Tambakis. Looked like they were doing something from the training ground there with both hands up, but nothing really materialized, or the cross just was too deep for any of the players to get to. Wasted opportunity.
Charlotte really starting to turn the corner. Again, you take the loss to Birmingham out of the equation. The 2-0 win to Memphis on Wednesday. They got the 1-0 win against North Carolina last Wednesday. A game in Miami, which Mike Jeffries called their toughest task of the year. They didn't get the win, but they did take the early lead. Kelly working really hard at the top of the 4-1-4-1 formation tonight.
North Carolina needs to move the ball a lot quicker than this, so they could break down, get into that midfield and ask questions of Martinez and Arman. See if they could get some overloads on the outside.
Al-Badawi on the wing. Now Barry. Dre Fortune tried to slip Barry in. Cut out though by Eto.
Yeah, just too tight of a window there for Fortune.
Here comes Ortiz with Kelly to his right. Ortiz will drop it off. It's Kelly inside the box. Cut down that time by Brotherton.
You could see the experience in Kelly there. Outnumbered, he just decided to come, bring the ball back and keep possession, keep North Carolina on the defensive.
Martinez teed one up from long range, and it was not his intended result.
You could see him remonstrating here. He knew as soon as that ball left his foot, he wanted it back. A little bit of change in tactics here from Coach Sarkin. Looking like they're going to go a little bit longer. Skip playing out of the back and try to win this ball in the midfield and push on from there.
Mike Jeffries said that the one thing he really wanted his team to improve was their defense. He felt they conceded too many chances within the run of play and that there were not enough numbers behind the ball. Now, North Carolina's first 40 minutes tonight have not been very threatening offensively. Would you say, Wolde, that's more a product of what North Carolina's been able to produce or Charlotte's defense?
I think Charlotte's doing a good job of really transitioning defensively quickly and getting numbers behind the ball. And North Carolina's finding a hard time breaking them down because they're moving the ball too slow. Whether that's a product of lack of movement in advance of the ball or just poor choices on the ball, I'm not sure. But they're definitely going to need to change something in their approach in order to break down the Charlotte team, because they're buzzing in both ways, both sides of the ball. They're getting into the attack once they recover the ball and countering very, very quickly. and they're making good choices in the attack, in which Coach Mike Jeffries alluded to in his phone call this weekend, is that they have to be better with the ball, better choices. So they're following the game plan to a T right now, and it's bear dividends in a 2-0 scoreline. We'll see if they could keep it up going the rest of the way. If you look up front right now, there's 2 or 3 players just standing, 4 players now just standing, waiting on the ball to come in. They need more mobility up front like this, overlapping runs, diagonal runs.
Christo finds Fortune, top of the box, blocked by Dimmick. Kelly tried to run it through. Donovan Wise to it.
Yeah, you could see what he wanted to do there, just play that ball and receive it on the other end, but Donovan read that one all the way.
Spees tried to release Barry. That Charlotte back line not letting anything pass through. Independence fans, in 2 weeks, you'll be able to reserve your tickets for the 2021 Independence season at the new Memorial Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Beautiful new stadium. It'll have all of the modern amenities and be the new home of your Charlotte Independence. $25 down payment per seat reserves your seats for what promises to be a historic season. Here's Ortiz's cross going far for Martinez. By the way, you reserve your seats, fans. You get to choose your seats in the order that the deposits are received. Tune into the next match for information. Or check the website for more information. CharlotteIndependence.com.
You could see it in this picture. Everybody for Charlotte's behind the ball. Look at the spaces in between the North Carolina players. There's acres.
Yeah, I just heard about it.
Comcia.
Charlotte staying very, very compact, shifting very well, not allowing any space for North Carolina to penetrate. It's going to be an uphill battle if they could keep this up for North Carolina.
Look at Kelly tracking all the way back, box to box. And Independence fans, on September 26th, Novant Health and the Charlotte Independence will paint the pitch pink as we salute all those who have faced the health challenges associated with breast cancer. Get your tickets today at charlotteindependence.com.
Kelly could be on the wrong end of things here, or is it a toe?
It is Dane Kelly, who is now on a yellow card and on a hat trick. Both of these teams on Wednesday in their games played a full 90 minutes with just one caution that was assessed to the opposition, and neither team that played on Wednesday, Charlotte or North Carolina, were cautioned.
Yeah, but as you can see tonight, you could tell the mentality. If Dane Kelly's getting a yellow card for tracking back, you could tell the mentality that Charlotte has tonight. They want this game.
A rare set-piece opportunity. And J.J. Belinsky says we'll go the other way. That was Brotherton who committed the foul. It was a harsh one. Roberts is still down.
Ball coming in over the top. Roberts gets to the ball first, but Brotherton just comes through. This is a better angle. Just comes through the back there. Nothing you could do to stop her momentum once you're in the air. Hopefully he can continue. both big men, both center backs. Happens in these type of duels on set pieces.
See Roberts being tended to, and it's really been a physical game tonight, which we mentioned Wolde really isn't the style for either of these two teams. But in a game that means so much to both teams in terms of the playoff picture, see Roberts back to his feet now. Yeah. North Carolina 5 points back entering play tonight with 8 games to go for them, 6 for Charlotte.
Yeah, both teams know what's on the line, and you know, the physicality of the game is just indicative of what's at stake here. So as the game progresses, it'll be interesting to see if that ratchets it up or if Charlotte could get another goal and really put this game to bed.
Stoppage time is 3 minutes in the first half. Independence fans, on September 23rd, famous toastery will help us salute the brave men and women serving in our nation's military as they face Miami FC. Get your tickets at charlotteindependence.com. You can see the fans in attendance for this game is friends and family allowed. You saw Dane Kelly's family earlier. They're happy tonight. Well, it's a disappointing first half result for North Carolina. And if you're Dave Sarakin, you go into the locker room at halftime, Wolde, and you say what?
The quality has to be better. Everybody has to step up their game, and the quality of your touch, the quality of the pass, the quality of the movement has to be better. Overall, that's where you're going to have to start, because you have to retain possession to get the ball up the field. And then really it comes down to the will. Who wants it more? Right now, Charlotte looks like they want it more, all else being equal. So they're going to have to step up their game for the second half. But as you know, Spence, in the USL, a lot of these games is a tale of two halves. So we'll see what North Carolina can do for the rest of this half and go into the second half, if they can create a little bit of momentum.
This is good. A service from Al-Badawi, though, sails over the box and out. That should just about do it for the first half. Last year, Charlotte was really good when they scored first. And they started this year in a tough way, conceding goals in their first 4 games of the year. But now they're coming out on the front foot. They've scored first for the 4th time in 5 games.
Yeah, I think that's a testament to their compactness and their organization. They're very organized on both sides of the ball. And when they do get possession and see space, they're going very, very quickly. We'll see if they can keep it up.
Past the allotted 3 minutes. Al-Badawi will go backwards. J.J. Belinsky lets this roll on. Still a chance for North Carolina. Just haven't found the right piece to this puzzle yet.
Yeah, they've been finding it really hard to break down Charlotte. Been getting into good spots in the final third, but just find it very difficult to break them down because the ball's moving too slow.
Dane Kelly scored twice, and we will surely show them to you during halftime. That when we come back, it has been all Charlotte in the first half, and that man has a lot to talk about with his North Carolina FC side. That man, happy. We've got a lot for you at halftime. Take a look around the rest of the USL, news and notes, and plenty more. 2-0 Charlotte.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I love Chick-fil-A nuggets because the flavor is unparalleled. As soon as you bite into them, you're in a happy place. The seasoning is perfect.
Hey, I'm Giovanni, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is that they're perfectly breaded. There's just that right amount of crisp. I don't know what they're doing in the kitchen, but it's pure magic.
Tonight's game is presented by Chick-fil-A and all the Charlotte area franchise owner-operators. Chick-fil-A is the official chicken QSR of the Charlotte Independents. As we welcome you back to halftime here at the Sportsplex at Matthews, and during this time in our community, we'd like to thank the frontline workers at Harris Teeter for keeping our family and team fed. And for a look at all of the Week 10 action in the Eastern Conference, let's turn it over to Devin Kerr for this week's edition of The Dish.
Fasten your seatbelts. Please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright and locked position. It's The Dish. Week 11, midweek, Eastern Conference. 3 minutes in, the penalty. Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Loudoun United. It's not a pen. You point to the spot, apparently is a pen. All that I know is it's a goal. Mark Forrest, 5th minute, good job. Anthony Velarde, this is a handball of Elvis Amo. 8th minute, 3 minutes later. Mathematics are working out nicely tonight for Devin Kerr on The Dish. Yeah, they would pad that lead, though. Albert Dequa, 86th minute. Well done here. They get it to 3. 12 different goal scorers. 7 have at least 2 goals. The big story, Conardo Forbes, out 6 to 8 weeks. If they get him back, it'll be deep in the playoffs. Last time he wasn't on the pitch for the Riverhounds, April 27th, 2018. Let's go for a battle of the deuces. Philadelphia Union, 2. Atlanta United, 2. Amadou Diop, 1-0. Woo! Upper corner. How good is this? Look at the silky smooth left foot. Pick that out. I mean, it cannot get any better. You put it the only place that Mitch Butler can't get to, and he finishes it off. Want to add a second? Want to add a third? Let's just do 2. You know, Philadelphia Union 2 trying to find their way back into it. Mejia spills the ball right into the back of the net. They get their second of the night. Good one here, though. Homegrown product, recently signed Paxton Aronson, not Brendan, Paxton. Remember the name, like Fort Minor. Stay with me on that one. They get it to 2-1, too little, too late between the 2-2 teams. Again, mathematics, I'm feeling myself. Okay, here we go. Tampa Bay Rowdies, Miami FC. I'm not saying it. You know I'm not saying it. Tonight, yeah, set pieces. I told you before, 41% of goals coming from the set piece opportunities. Pretty much going to get the same thing here. Jordan Scarlett, 39th minute. Fantastically whipped in ball from Lewis Hilton. But watch Forrest Lasso on the second goal. This guy rises with the best of them. I've told you before. Drifts all the way to the back post. I'm expecting him to stick this in the back of the net. Instead, off the knee. Go figure. You jump 5 feet in the air, you take it off the knee. I mean, that's how good he is. Guenzati tucks it home, 64th minute. Fernandez is going to add one from the spot. All 3 goals, not from the run of play. Oh, thank you very much. 3-0 for the Rowdies. 3 points for them as well. And they move into the group. Friday, September 11th, they take on Charleston Battery. Only 5 points and 8 games to play for Miami FC. The will eventually be removed from their name. This has got to be the marquee matchup in the East, though. North Carolina FC. Nazmi Al-Badawi. That's how you say the name, by the way. 24th minute from Haji Berry. Great strike. Is there a response? Absolutely. Razak Cromwell. This one's better than the first. Prosper Kasim. Fantastic off that left foot right into the bottom corner. They're back into it. Drake Fortune, though, he's going to score from the spot. Look at him get taken down by who? The goal scorer, Prosper Kasim. He's wrong. Basically, bear tackles him. If you want a hug, just ask for one. You don't need a penalty. That's game, set, match, right? Oh, Nico Brett, how do you miss? More importantly, Tambakis, the savior. The whistle blows after it. That is all she wrote. 2 losses on the year for the Legion, both at the hands of North Carolina FC.
Thank you, Devin. We've got much more to come here at the Sportsplex at Matthews. On the other side of this break, news and notes, standings, and schedules all around the rest of the USL. Right here when we return.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Lapa flicks it up for Brett. It's an outstanding combination and a winning combination at that.
Now out wide to Aiden Daniels. Daniels one-on-one, steps away from the jam, curls and scores!
6 bodies in the box to aim at. Flipped and saved by Parker.
There's a chance now, opportunity, finds the back of the net. Stavros Zarakostas.
Our first McDivitt corner kick of the second half, and there's another save from Abe Rodriguez. What about this show from the goalkeeper?
Into the box it goes. It's Ortiz on the half volley. And Charlotte take the lead.
He'll step into it, over the bar, and he scored! Great shot by Cuevas as he sent it over the wall.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I love Chick-fil-A nuggets because the flavor is unparalleled. As soon as you bite into them, you're in a happy place. The seasoning is perfect.
Hey, I'm Giovanni, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is that they're perfectly breaded. There's just that right amount of crisp. I don't know what they're doing in the kitchen, but it's pure magic.
Let's take a look at our news and notes from around the USL. Golden Boot race. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and throw Dane Kelly in there for the heck of it. He's got 7. It is Junior Flemings with 10. And not too far behind him, Tyler Pasher has 9 now. He's scored tonight already. Wilson Harris continues to score. He scored again yesterday twice. And San Antonio FC, the final unbeaten team. Still 2 teams without a win, RGV and Timbers 2, looking for their wins in 2020. Your team of the week, Wolde, what stands out to you?
Williams and Forbes. Both of them getting on the scoreboard. Augustine Williams been a pest lately, bullying people in the box, and Forbes just finding form, hitting that left foot multiple times.
Yeah, Austin has played some really exciting football, some fun games as we take a look at our standings presented by Duckworths. It is North Carolina FC 5 points back with 2 games in hand of Charlotte, who are 5 points back themselves, or 6 points back, I should say, of Birmingham. And they also have a game in hand, a win tonight puts them really close to that top spot.
Yep, one game out if they could hold on here.
And how about our upcoming schedule and scores? We've got the scores from around the rest of the USL brought to you by Da Vinci Jets, Louisville City. 3-0 on Indy. Although, I believe, yeah, right before the halftime break, we were ahead of the game here. Tyler Pasher in the 45th +6 got themselves a PK goal. So it is 3-1 in a big matchup in Group F. Meanwhile, our upcoming games during the week, Indy 11 Sporting KC in the Eastern Conference Group of Death, and for North Carolina, it's a winnable game at last place Memphis.
Yeah, that's a big game for North Carolina, especially if the results stay the way it is right now. That could be the make or break game for them if they're going to stay close to the top two teams.
Schedule brought to you by Hyatt Place. And this is more specific for you in Group G. You see the teams mostly playing each other. Memphis has a tough one later on. Birmingham and Charlotte play on Saturday in what could be a matchup for first place. Now, Birmingham does have the goal differential, but at the end of the day, the first tiebreaker is wins. And right now, a win tonight for Charlotte would be 5. And if they get a win against Birmingham, that would be 6. Still a lot to be determined, though, and a lot of time to do that. When we come back, highlights, stats, and then the second half kick. Right here.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I love Chick-fil-A nuggets because the flavor is unparalleled. As soon as you bite into them, you're in a happy place. The seasoning is perfect.
Hey, I'm Giovanni, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is that they're perfectly breaded. There's just that right amount of crisp. I don't know what they're doing in the kitchen, but it's pure magic.
Take a look at our first half highlights brought to you by Famous Toastery and Wolde. It was the Dane Kelly show. 10th minute, 20th minute, he does what he does.
Yeah, Joel Johnson picking the pocket here, finds Dane Kelly sprinting towards the middle of the box, and he knows what to do with it. 1-0 Charlotte.
And then 10 minutes later, exactly, a little dump off from Hawkinson. Kelly does the rest.
Yeah, nice little outside the foot, little deke into the corner there. Kelly picks it up, shows him the right, but really moves it to his left, puts it in the corner.
Our halftime stats presented by Brightway Insurance, and this is the same tale as last time, Wolde. 60% possession for North Carolina and nothing to show for it.
Yeah, that means that you got to finish your chances or else possession is for nothing. And then with North Carolina, they're keeping a lot of possession in their half of the field. They need to switch that up in the second half.
So, those two goals from Dane Kelly were brought to you by Gatorade. And we're going to restart the restart here. with Charlotte in the blue, alongside a man who masks his Jamaican accent quite well, Wolde Harris. I'm Spencer Siegel.
I can change when I want. I want to change, I can change.
You're like Houdini. You just, yeah, you dive in and out. It's actually a three-man booth.
We can make it 4 if I switch to Spanish.
I think you're looking for the ESPN Deportes version.
Yeah, I have a serious handicap there with the Spanish. Just kidding.
So Dave Sarakin talks to his boys at halftime. Let's go to the other side, though, Wolde. Let's talk about Charlotte. You know the message is for them to keep up the pressure, as Taylor is in an offside position. Is there anything else he can tell them, though, that would hammer home a point?
Well, they're executing the game plan well so far. They're doing well in possession, being patient on the ball, making smart decisions with it. They have to continue with that for sure. Okay. The last thing is go for the third goal. Go for the killer blow, the one that's going to take your opponent down psychologically, and that's what they're going to have to do in order to move past this North Carolina team tonight, because they're not going to give up.
Dane Kelly's brace, it's the 5th time in the last 5 years that he's had a brace. He also has 2 career hat tricks over the last 5 years. That's as far back as the game log statistics go for Kelly on short notice. They both came in 2017, his hat tricks. One of them a 45-minute hattie against Sounders 2 while he was playing for Reno.
Yeah, again, it's really all about creating those opportunities, you know, and it takes everybody on the team to do it. Forwards need service, and if you could provide him the service, he knows how to put the ball in the back of the net.
First goal assisted by Johnson, his 3rd of the season. Hawkinson with his 2nd assist on the 2nd goal.
Delightful touch there from Hawkinson around the corner with the outside of the right boot. This is better from North Carolina.
Lacroix pushing through the lines. A late challenge. Hawkinson tries to chase after it. Only then, once he wasn't able to get to it, does J.J. Belinsky go back. And Haji Berry goes into the book.
Yeah, and rightly so. Just a little bit late there on the challenge. But I think it's the right movement from the referee, right call by the referee. See what develops, and then if they lose possession, then bring the play back for the foul.
I beg your pardon. It looked like he had taken his yellow card out. This is a common foul.
Referee deciding to talk to Christos instead of giving him a yellow card.
Christo looking for help. It's a similar story to the last game, not a carbon copy. Ray Ortiz's goal came in the 59th minute in Charlotte's 1-0 win 10 days ago. Left through for Christo. Cuts it across the face as it's cleared by Dimmick and out for a Chick-fil-A corner.
Yeah, you could see an uptick in energy from North Carolina. There's definitely a presence about them in the second half, and they're imposing their will on the game in the early goings here.
Smith has Spees right next to him. 2 hands high in the air. Recycled to Tembakis.
Yeah, those are opportunities that they need to have better serve, better quality on the ball. You have an opportunity to put a team under pressure from a set piece. You've got to make sure the service is great.
That was late also, and Enzo Martinez is not pleased. He's never happy.
Yeah, it looks like he came in all intentions to get the ball, but didn't.
Take another look.
And the ball goes into the feet here, and he just comes through. Looks like it gets a little bit of the ball. But
Hey,
as far
sure
as,
did.
Yeah, as far as referee Belinsky is concerned, seems like he got more than man. Let's see if they could have better quality service on the ball in this set piece.
3 yellows now for Charlotte. That's a rare sight to see. Mike Jeffries getting a stern talking to. Independence fans, if you're looking for a place for your kids to play soccer, the Charlotte Independence Soccer Club has entry-level rec programs all the way to nationally competitive programs. Visit independencesoccer.club for all the information.
Will it be Spees or will it be Smith?
Been a lot of chattering going on. This has the potential to be a feisty second half. It's Smith with an outswinger. Good ball, punched by Miller. Kept alive momentarily by Spees. And then shepherded out of play nicely by Arman.
Yeah, Arman did a good job there, just putting his body in the way, ushering that ball out of bounds and helping his team to regain possession.
Fans, if you're coming to town for a match, the Hyatt Place downtown is the perfect place to stay. Located in uptown Charlotte, you'll find plenty of dining and entertainment for your pregame and postgame festivities. Comcia looking for space. Crunched by Kelly. Kelly keeps it in play. Well done.
Well, that's very good from Charlotte, getting in and out, taking care of the ball. It's a big part of the game.
Hawkinson is in an offside position.
Ball between the lines there.
Looking for Cristo over the top, and it's calmly headed back by Lacroix to the feet of Brandon Miller. At some point, North Carolina will have to start thinking about substitutions just to create something new.
Yeah, and they have some players on the bench that could do something.
Beautiful ball slipped through for Johnson, who got to it. So too did Taylor, though. Those two have been battling all night.
Yeah, Johnson seemed to have gotten to that ball before Taylor, but referee and they are in good position. It's a no call.
Barry making a run down the right side. He's got bodies in the middle. He just doesn't have enough time to get his head up, and in flies Enzo.
Yeah.
Take another look at Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson flying down the line. Taylor trying to get back. This is a better angle at it. It looks like DJ Taylor did get to the ball first.
Comcia, good ball in and headed over the bar. Cristo was in the area.
Yeah, excellent opportunity, and that's the first time I've actually seen more than 2 players in the box for North Carolina. So they're heading in the right direction, but still nothing to show for it.
Just 2 shots in that first half for North Carolina, and they are a team that can put up the shots. It's just a matter of the quality of those shots and putting them on target. 29% accuracy, accuracy meaning 29% of the shots they take end up on target, and that's the lowest in the USL.
Yeah, they've made a little bit of a shift, bringing Al-Badawi a little bit further back to help Smith in the midfield. And it's paying dividends in that Charlotte's finding it hard to actually play out of the back this half. So we'll see how Al-Badawi affects the game as it goes forward. Can he get the ball deep and catalyze the attack and then get up there and help?
Devin Kerr schooled us at halftime. He told us it's Al-Badawi. He's all over that stuff. We can certainly count on him.
Well, if that's correct, then I apologize to Al-Badawi, but it's spelt the same way.
Is it Wolde or Wolde?
Anything you want it to be.
He was ready for the question. Better from North Carolina. Barry can't get to it. And a foul that appears to be just on the outskirts of the box. Boy, look at where J.J. Belinsky puts his foot.
Yeah, right on the edge there. Joel Johnson arguing his case, but
dangerous spot. Remember, the line does count as part of the box as Taylor goes down. Yep, right on the outside.
Yeah, can't really see it from that angle, but this guy has a better angle than we do, so we have to trust him on it. But then again, here's another set piece opportunity for North Carolina.
This is a spot for North Carolina to try and claw their way back into the game. It's Cristo who stands over the ball. That wall with Roberts in the middle is what Cristo will have to curl it around, with the league leader in saves in goal.
Interesting positioning from Miller here. Seems to be right behind the wall.
It is Cristo, and it's right into the wall, deflected out for a goal kick. It looks like it hit a North Carolina player instead. Brandon Miller says, "You don't have to kick that to me. I'll come over and get it." Every second counts with a 2-0 lead in Group G.
Getting the points tonight, bring them three points closer to the top of the table.
Birmingham kicked off about 15 minutes ago against Memphis. Kelly sends it to the left side for Hawkinson. Luke Hawkinson, triple step over, and then he lost it. That was how he scored his goal against Memphis.
That is his signature move.
Cristo is in. Miller off of his line, and he gets a fingertip to it for a corner.
There's a great run from Cristo, and that's actually the first time I've seen North Carolina threaten to put the ball behind. As this ball is coming from Al-Badawi all the way down in his half, playing Cristo up top, one-on-one with Miller, just can't keep it in. Great little touch at the end there by Miller. Moving to his left and just getting a fingertip on it, just to push it out of his way. But better from North Carolina.
Spees this time. Better service, nobody there to greet it. Johnson will try to run. He and Taylor battling. Taylor has been guilty one too many times. He's in the book.
Yeah, smart foul there by Taylor. Yeah, he's going to pay the price of getting a yellow card, but that's better than taking it out of the back of the net. Johnson knew what he was doing here. He's going to push the envelope, try to get by Taylor. Taylor's going to come across and say, "Hey, can't let you go down there, big man. I don't have any help." Gets a yellow card for his troubles.
Fans, we've got great deals on fan gear right now at charlotteindependence.com. All in-stock items are now 30% off for a limited time. Official jerseys, hats, scarves, and much more. Got everything a Charlotte fan would want to show your colors. Armin turns. Hawkinson tried to flick it to Kelly. They haven't been able to feed him. I think if you're a Dane Kelly fan, a fan of the USL, a Charlotte fan tonight, you're just hoping he gets one shot on his right foot to make it 3 tonight.
Yeah, in order to do that, they're going to need to put their foot on the gas a little bit and be better with the ball, especially in the middle of the park. Right now, North Carolina is bossing the game in the middle of the park. They've taken over, especially with Al-Badawi moving back a little bit into that double 6, double pivot role. They've been much better on attack, North Carolina.
Barry gets in, cuts it across, and again, he was zigging when everybody else zagged.
Yeah, it looked like he had more space and time to run at goal there and ask some questions of Lacroix, but decided to play that ball across, and everybody was ahead of the ball. Another missed opportunity.
I said right foot for Kelly, but you know what? Go back to the 2 goals that he scored. He's got a right-footed goal and a left-footed goal, Wolde, so we're looking for something on his head.
All right, let's see. I'm pretty sure he'll take it as long as the ball goes over the line.
Here's Barry. Tried to slip through, and another foul. This one is even closer to goal, but it's not inside the box.
Yeah, this is a more dangerous position for a free kick, as you can have a left or a right footer step over this one. Living dangerously, Charlotte. We take a look at this one. Barry takes it to his right, just comes across here.
Looks like he got clipped by Lacroix.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the contact is there, but the referee definitely is on the spot.
Last time Cristo sent it right into the wall.
Difficult to get it up and down here. Change direction of the ball.
Low skimmer from Fortune, and Miller able to collect his rebound.
Yeah, that was pretty routine for Miller. Had a little bit of steam on it, so it rebounded off him, but he was quick to collect. Yeah, just looking to play that ball over the top of Johnson. But DJ Taylor is in good position.
Armin. Kelly is right there in the middle. Charlotte more content with their 2-0 lead to take a couple of extra passes. Armin to the middle. Kelly went down, and he's clutching his lower back.
Not sure what happened there to Kelly, but you could see the quickness in which Charlotte transitioned to defense. 3 and 4 people around the ball pressuring it, look to regain possession, and they do.
Cristo is just in a cement mixer. Really everybody up top having a difficult time finding any elasticity tonight.
Yeah, Charlotte's attention to detail has just been there in every which way tonight. Whether it's not when they're attacking patience in possession, or whether when they're out of possession and they're transitioning to defense, they get back everybody behind the ball very quickly. They're very compact, and that's going to make it difficult for any opponent to penetrate. Especially a North Carolina team that's not moving the ball as quickly as they need to. It's an easy shift for Charlotte. You got to be thinking that North Carolina has guys like Pekka, Manny Perez, and Marios Lomas on the bench.
Lomas got the start the last time these two teams played.
See what Coach Sarkin does here in a little while.
Spies slips in Fortune, looking for Christo, glancing off of his head. He just didn't have enough time to get enough contact.
That's where you lay it all on the line and go for a diving header, my man. That was the best look of the night for North Carolina. This ball gets played in.
He's claiming he was held prior to that header.
Yeah, couldn't make things out there on that replay, but that's where you got to lay out for that one, even if it's a little bit ahead of you.
Little jersey tug from Donovan. Kelly out wide for Johnson. Ray Ortiz into Tambakis' mitts. Fans, on September 26th, Novant Health and the Charlotte Independents will paint the pitch pink as we salute all those who have faced the health challenges associated with breast cancer. Get your tickets today at charlotteindependents.com. Christo to the middle. Spies. Another strong defensive stand from Charlotte. Etzo has time.
Yeah, this is good from Charlotte. Just putting their foot on the ball. Happy to keep possession here, run some clock, and choose their opportunities when to go forward.
Kelly gives chase. Ray Ortiz be subbed out soon. Here's Christo. Christo cuts inside. Quality is just not there at the end.
Yeah, that's a great run by Christo. Asking questions of Duke Lacroix. Had it on his right foot. Nice cut back to his left. That shot was high, wide, and not too handsome.
Ortiz, who scored the goal the last time these two teams met. Boy, it was a beauty. He's out. Derek Gebhardt in. That goal that he scored, he said, look, Dane put the ball near me, and I got a good touch once, twice. When it left my shoe, I knew it was going in.
Yeah, that was definitely a quality strike. The first touch was awesome, but the strike was even better. And did a good job tonight. Just wasn't able to get on the end of anything, get on the scoreboard, but did his job.
Very shoved off twice, not getting the benefits of any calls tonight. And Gebhardt has sprung forward for his first touch. Kelly's wide open at the top of the box, and the pass was late.
It's one of the things coming into the game, you got to be ready for the speed. It's going to take him a couple minutes, it seems, to get up and running, but can ill afford to be behind the ball.
Barry again. Look how many blue jerseys are back at the top of the box, lined up in a phalanx. Christo posts up, trying to turn the corner. Last touched by Roberts. It will be a goal kick. No. The call overturned by J.J. Belinsky from the AR.
Yeah, there's a great entry ball there by Abadawi. And good hold-up play by Christo. Just didn't have any support coming quick enough. Smart play by Roberts.
Independence fans, on September 23rd, famous toastery will help us salute the brave men and women serving in our nation's military as we face Miami FC. Get your tickets at charlotteindependence.com, and it's time for another substitution brought to you by Smoothie King. Manny Perez in. Out comes Alex Comcia. Perez in his second season on loan from Celtic. You know about Celtic in Scotland. They are the team to know in Scotland. 50-time Scottish champions. Perez, though, a North Carolina native.
Yeah, he's going to add a little bit of mobility on the outside. Let's see if they're able to utilize him and get some penetration.
Here's Kelly. Looked like it took a deflection. Out for a corner.
I can watch good little honey. If I catch it on, I'm gonna watch it. No, not trying.
Martinez in. Back post looking for Kelly. Gebhard will track it down, though, and get to it. Dane Kelly again. Dane Kelly on a hat trick. It was always rising. You could feel the tension, though.
You could also feel that cutback coming to the right foot as that defender took away his left foot. Just shaped like he was going to shoot with the left and cut it back to his right, but got underneath it, sent that ball into the stands.
And this is a professional approach right now from Charlotte.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a good job of managing the game. I'm pretty sure Coach Jeffries would love to see a little bit more possession, a little bit more ball movement off the ball. Just keeping North Carolina on their heels, especially as fatigue sets in. It's kind of daunting when the other team has total possession and you can't get the ball.
Martinez springs Johnson forward. Joel Johnson looking to cut it back.
Good defending there.
Independence fans, if you're looking for a place for your kids to play soccer, it's the Charlotte Independence Soccer Club. They've got entry-level rec programs all the way to nationally competitive programs. You've got to visit independencesoccer.club for all of the information. Or I hear Wolde Harris is giving out free academy lessons as well.
I wonder where you heard that.
Good ball ahead for the substitute, Perez. Looking for some service. Perez, nice lofted chip. Cleared by Johnson, only as far as Smith.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Smith wants that back one right now.
For those young soccer players out there, Wolde, give me your top 1 or 2 must-have fundamental notes to remember as you go forward.
Practice, 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 practice. Just keep practicing.
Is this like the first rule of Fight Club?
Yeah, I mean, repetition is, how you form habits, and, obviously developing your technical skills at a young age is paramount.
Let's get back to that in just a second. But with our hydration break, we want to show you the answers to our crossing into the box from earlier. Didn't have any winners this time. It was a tough one. The Charlotte defender that made one La Liga appearance for Valencia, that's Joel Johnson. Did so in 2010 against Racing de Santander. Played 90 minutes in a 0-0 draw. We know Ray Ortiz took 2 touches without the ball hitting the ground to score 10 days ago. And Dave Sarakin, of course, replaced Bruce Arena, who Dave Sarakin has followed all over this great country, played assistant roles to Arena with LA Galaxy. Sarakin, who spent his early years coaching in the NCAA, he was the head coach of Cornell for 10 years. Made a couple of NCAA tournament appearances. So Marios Lomas comes in for Ben Spies.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of tactical shift they make here. If they go 2 up front, 3 in the back.
So Lomas for Spies up top, and additionally Stephen Miller for Haji Berry. Substitutions brought to you by Smoothie King.
Yeah, Barry didn't have an impact on the game that we thought he would. Probably just run out of a little steam towards the end there, and he's spelled by Miller. Let's see if he can get on the board or get into the attack and provide some end product for North Carolina.
Look at Kelly hold the ball up, nearly won it back. Intercepted by Arman. Then he gave it away. You know, Dave Sarakin was the interim manager for the men's national team after Bruce Arena resigned. Of course, you remember the World Cup qualifying loss, and then when Sarakin took over, he didn't have that many games to manage before Greg Berhalter, who of course currently is at the helm, took over in December of 2018. But it was about 13 months.
Yeah, North Carolina's doing a good job of keeping the ball here, but they're going to have to test that back line at some point. Be a little bit more direct, get runs in behind, turn the deep back 4, and see if you could pick off anything, pick up second balls, and retain possession higher up the field.
That's Lomas doing yeoman's work up top, the product of the Netherlands. Lomas has actually played 2 more games than everybody else this year. Dane Kelly's on a hat trick, and he's in the middle. It's Kelly, and he's got it. The greatest goal scorer in USL history has 3 tonight. What a performance from Kelly.
Yeah, but criminally wide open in the box. Player on 2 goals.
It's his first hat trick since 2017, and he's done it tonight in style off the turnover.
Yeah, great little turnover there, and Gebhardt gets down the line, gets his head up. Joel Johnson running in the box as well, but criminally wide open is Dane Kelly. You don't give a player of his quality this type of opportunity. He's gonna bulge the onion bag, and there it is. His 3rd of the night, 3-0, Charlotte.
8 goals on the season now, and I said it before, Wolde, you can't blink. The Golden Boot race is up for grabs, my friend.
It's not over yet, Spence, but what did I tell you before the game? What was the score?
My goodness. He just makes it look so easy.
I could tell you what, that's hours and hours and hours of practice.
Boy, Charlotte's still looking for more as Gebhardt gets tripped up. It's out for another Chick-fil-A corner kick.
Charlotte definitely not in a rush now.
Only 2 blue bodies in the box, and now Roberts comes up. He says, no, I want mine too. Short post, Kelly nearly got his head to it. Actually missed that one. I think it came through despite a lot of traffic.
It looks like it came off his shoulder. But how could he get to that ball with 4 North Carolina defenders there?
Turned over again, beautifully won by Hawkinson, who stays on his feet. Ball sticks to his feet. Charlotte are bossing the game.
Yeah, North Carolina chasing shadows at this point.
Kelly lets it run through. Maybe he adds an assist tonight. He's directing traffic back to him.
Yeah, just couldn't find his teammate there.
Fans, if you're coming to town for a match, the Hyatt Place downtown is the perfect place to stay. Located in uptown Charlotte, you'll find plenty of dining and entertainment for your pregame and postgame festivities.
Yeah, Armin looking like he's a little bit worse for wear here. As Coach Jeffries said, they played 5 games in less than a 2-week period.
Yeah, and they've only made 1 sub tonight.
Got to be some tired legs out there by now.
So Charlotte, with their win tonight, will move to 18 points, which would put them 3 points back of Birmingham, who also play tonight. But keep in mind, Charlotte does have 1 game in hand. Around the USL right now, Memphis has a first half goal at AutoZone Park against Legion FC.
Big time implications tonight. North Carolina had an opportunity to make up some ground, but Charlotte definitely taking their opportunity to move up the table.
Keanu Marsh-Brown in the 28th. Big matchup of the night in the Eastern Conference is Lou City and Indy 11. They're on the same time track we are. It's 3-1 Lou City.
Yeah, it does look like.
Two Smoothie King substitutions for North Carolina. Just trying anything at this point, keeping bodies fresh. Eto with a forward run. Slips in Hawkinson. Hawkinson on his left. Tambakis can't get to it. So Pekka is in, and Graham Smith's night is done. And we'll see Malik Mbaye or DJ Taylor. A little early to start playing 4 corners, but clock will run regardless.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with Charlotte tonight in terms of their approach and their game management and their ability to follow the game plan. I think they executed well. Now it's really all about closing out this match. Enzo Martinez still working hard. Matter of fact, everybody on the Charlotte team is still working hard. Even the hat-trick hero.
They didn't have a clean sheet, Charlotte, until their 1-0 win against North Carolina. First 7 games, they gave up at least 1. Eto brought down.
Yeah, it's really all about quality in the final third for North Carolina. They've done a good job in the second half of moving the ball through the middle of the park and breaking that second line of Charlotte, but in and around the box, it just hasn't been enough quality.
Fans, on September 26th, Novant Health and the Charlotte Independents will paint the pitch pink as we salute all those who have faced the health challenges associated with breast cancer. Get your tickets today at charlotteindependents.com. Turned over, Lomas just looking to make something happen. Here's Pekka on the ball, the Brazilian. Al-Badawi tries to slip in Perez. Miller comes out to play it.
Yeah, that's a clever little run on back door from the outside there by Manny Perez, but Miller read that one all the way.
See Charlotte make another substitution, which, again, this game is over, right? I mean, the fact that they haven't used their 5 subs, despite how much Mike Jeffries has talked about how tired they've been, just shows you, you know what? If you're playing well, finish it out.
Well, it's also a testament to the mentality of the players, their ability to execute the game plan, be efficient with their energy, and quality with their touches. And by this point in the game, they still have some steam left. So Coach Jeffries doesn't have to use all the subs and can save some legs for the next game.
Entering play tonight, Charlotte had 32 unused substitutions this season. That's 6th highest in the USL. All 10 blue jerseys in front of Miller, trying to complete what would be a fantastic clean sheet tonight against a team who has struggled to score goals. So let's look at North Carolina. We've asked it in every which way we can, Wolde, but at some point you just got to score goals.
Yeah, and it's really all about quality in the final third. You know, the quality of the pass, the quality of the movement, and the quality of the finish, and it just hasn't been there for North Carolina.
Fortune to the back post, cleared by Johnson. Al-Badawi won't have a run. Independence fans, we've got great deals on fan gear right now at charlotteindependents.com. All in-stock items are now 30% off for a limited time. Official jerseys, hats, scarves. You can get a face mask. Much more in stock, 30% off. Everything a Charlotte fan would want to show your colors. And if you watch tonight's game, as we'll see 2 substitutions in Buyu and Oscar Ramsey.
Second one is 20 for 15.
You heard it there. Hawkinson out. And Armin out as well, which means Dane Kelly is likely to play a full 90 minutes tonight.
Yeah, when you get to this point, you might as well make him finish it out.
Goals in the 10th minute, the 20th minute, and the 79th minute, all from Dane Kelly in his 201st USL appearance, which does vault him by himself into 3rd all-time in that category. We are expecting 5 extra minutes. If you're curious, by the way, 3rd all-time for Kelly. Jorge Herrera, who was with Charlotte last year, finished his USL career with 231 appearances, so 30 to go to get to 2nd all-time. George Davis is still doing his thing for Lou City, so it'll be a while if Kelly continues his run to try and catch up to Davis.
long as he keeps taking care of his body and doing things off the pitch well.
Turns it over here. Cristo slips in Perez. Cut back to the middle, a chance, and North Carolina get one back. It's Dre Fortune. He leads this side in goals. That's his 4th this year. The clean sheet is no more, though the game still appears to be in hand.
Yeah, I talked a little bit too early on that shutout there, but Dre Fortune, 2nd game running. Great ball down the line. Manny Perez getting deep in the Charlotte half and just crossing this, pulling this one back. Fortune is just following up as he does most of the time. But this is the best ball and the best chance so far for North Carolina, and Fortune tucks it away. Pekka adding some energy there and a little bit of physicality as well.
Here's Malik Mbaye, the Senegalese. We will see one more Charlotte substitution. It'll be Christian Cheney, and that would give, hold on, here's North Carolina in the box again. That'll give Dane Kelly a chance to come off and be applauded. So normally with thousands in the stands on a hat trick walking off the pitch, you'd see a standing ovation. If you're a Charlotte fan tonight and you're standing at home, we won't judge you.
Yeah, he was
Stand up for this guy.
He was on his game tonight, and just any opportunity that came in front of him, he was in the right position, knew what he wanted to do with the ball. And this one here, he was criminally wide open in the middle of the box, unmarked. Can't leave a man this dangerous unmarked in the middle of the box. He's going to do this, tuck it away.
Well, one Jamaican has a hat trick tonight, Wilde. We've got 2 minutes to play here tonight. Christian Cheney just getting a little run in. He was signed a couple weeks ago, made his debut against North Carolina, so this is just a last chance for him to continue his insertion into this squad. He could mean a lot down the stretch, big number 90.
Definitely, he's a goal scorer as well, knows what to do, where to run in the box, and obviously having someone of his quality on to come in and spell Dane Kelly doesn't hurt. Don't be fooled. If you give him an opportunity, he's going to want to take it tonight and build his confidence.
And he's not into the full swing just yet. This is his 3rd appearance. He's only played 20 minutes so far. Charlotte happy to see this one out after conceding the goal. North Carolina won't go down without a fight.
Nice smart play by Enzo Martinez, just putting it back in the corner, running that clock down.
Next up for Charlotte, it's the big game for them remaining on their schedule. Their 4th matchup with Birmingham Legion. It's at Birmingham. They will have fans there. That's next Saturday at 7:30 on ESPN+. First 3 matchups, Birmingham have a pair of 4-1 victories, and there's a 1-1 draw mixed into it as well. As for North Carolina, who are now really on the outs when it comes to the playoff picture, they next have 2 consecutive home games in 4 days against Memphis. And then they get their chance again at Charlotte. They've got 2 more games against Charlotte at home to try and close this gap.
Yeah, it's going to be critical for them to pick up points against Memphis 901, especially with the run of form that Memphis is in. Because coming into that final game against Charlotte, they're going to need to have maximum points in order to stand a chance.
North Carolina allotted 1 more surge tonight. It's cut out by Mbuyu, and there is the final whistle. Charlotte get 3 goals from 1 man. It's Dane Kelly. They closed the gap on first place. They're now 3 points back of Birmingham.
Yeah, but moreover, it was a complete performance from Coach Mike Jeffries' side tonight. Complete domination on both sides of the ball. As you see him talking to Coach Sarakin here, he has to be proud of his boys after playing as many games as they have in the last couple weeks to come out with a performance like this one.
All right, Wolde, you want to take a guess at who the man of the match is? It's presented by Great Clips.
The man who put 3 balls in the back of the net, Dane Kelly.
Yeah, he was pretty darn good tonight. 3rd hat trick in the last 4 years for Kelly. We've got full highlights of this one when we return, because Kelly, who scored those goals, he'll want to take a look back at them too, I'm sure. It's a 3-1 win for Charlotte. Yeah. 3-1 your final, and tonight's game was presented by Chick-fil-A and the Charlotte area franchises. Chick-fil-A is the official chicken QSR of the Charlotte Independents. And fans, we remind you that in 2 weeks you'll be able to reserve your tickets for the 2021 Independence season at the new Memorial Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. This beautiful new stadium, it's got all the modern amenities. It'll be the new home of the Charlotte Independents. A $25 down assignment per seat reserves your seats for what promises to be a historic season. Fans choose their seats in order of the deposits received. Tune into the next match for more information, or check out charlotteindependence.com for more information. Let's check out our save of the game, Wolde, presented by Pepsi. Brandon Miller wasn't tested too often. This was when it was still 2-0.
Yeah, this one peppered right at him, but he got his body behind it. Had to take a second helping at it because it bounced off of him, but he was right there in great position tonight. Unfortunately, didn't get the clean sheet, but kept his team in it most of the game.
All right, Dane Kelly's hat trick, 10, 20, 79. I'll ask you which one your favorite was after we see all 3 of them. Here's the first one off of a turnover.
Yeah, this one, Johnson gets down the line, finds Kelly running to the middle of the box, and he makes no mistake with it and just tucks it right underneath goalkeeper Tembakis.
Yeah, can you do the second goal in a Jamaican accent? Here's the second one.
All right. Ball gets played over the top. Good ball by Hawkinson around the corner to Kelly. Kelly over the into the left foot, into the left corner. Off the post. Yeah, man.
I would say that it sounds fake, but I know you're Jamaican, so it's not.
No, I gotta talk so you can understand what I'm saying. That's
the best chance for North Carolina early when it was, again, still 2-0. And then here's Kelly's third goal.
You want this one in Jamaican too?
What dealer's choice.
Down the line, Kelly wide open in the middle of the box. Put him foot through it. Done. Game, match, set, everything.
All right. Boy, we're off the rails. They did get a goal back, North Carolina. That was into the middle for, we'll just do the bland accent for this one. That's Fortune.
Yeah, that was great follow-up by Fortune, but all the work was done by Manny Perez going down the line, getting his head up and putting that ball into a dangerous area. Fortune there to finish it up.
I look at possession every time, and it's just every time it doesn't tell the whole story.
Yeah, well, it's one of those stats that you could use in different ways. North Carolina had most of the possession, albeit in their half, in the midfield as well. But Independence using their chances.
It is Charlotte with the win. 3-1, and that does it for us tonight. For the Jamaican sensation, Wolde Harris, our entire crew working hard on this one, producer Ryan Rose. We are done tonight. 3-1. Dane Kelly, do what you do. 3 goals. All good for Charlotte Independence tonight. Spencer Siegel signing off from Charlotte. We'll catch you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.